everyone. Today we are starting our geography second chapter, which is interior of the earth. From the name itself, you can understand this chapter is going to discuss about the things which are inside our earth or how our interior of the earth looks like or what is its importance. So these things we are going to read in this chapter. Okay, so let's start the chapter. So interior of the earth. You might have seen an onion. If you cut it, you will observe that it has different layer. Similarly, earth also have different layers. These layers are broadly categorized as crust, mantle, and core. So our earth looks like onion. If we cut onion, we get multiple layers like that. Our earth also has some layers. It has mainly 3 layers, and the uppermost layer of the earth is known as crust. Then we have mantle, and lastly we have core, as you can see in the picture in your book, right? Now we are going to read about crust. It is the solid thing, uppermost layer of the earth. It consists of continents and ocean basins. So it is a solid layer and the ocean floor and the continents are part of this crust. Okay. On the continents, its thickness is about 35 km, while it is 5 km on the oceanic floor. So its thickness is lesser in oceanic floor and more in continents, right? Its average density of crust is about 2.7 gram per centimeter cube. So crust makes us only 0.5 of the volume of the earth, although the crust is made up of many elements such as oxygen, sulfur, sodium, etc. Yet, silica and aluminium are the major elements of the continental crust. Thus, it is also called SiAl. Here, Si stand for silica and Al stand for aluminium. So, we get so many minerals and other elements from the earth crust, but the main elements which we get from the earth crust is silica and aluminium. Okay. So the oceanic crust mainly consists of silica and magnesium, so it is called SiMa. So the continental crust is called as SiLCl, which means silica and aluminium, and oceanic crust, which is consist of silica and magnesium, called as SiMa. Okay. Now we are going to read about mantle. You will get more information about this when I will add the animation. Okay, so you should watch this video until the end. Okay, so mantle, it is the middle layer of the earth. It comes between core and crust. Okay, it extends up to the depth of 2900 km below the crust. So from below the crust, its thickness or depth is 2900 km. It takes a huge area. Its density varies from 3.5 to 5.5 gram per centimeter cube. Mantle consists of 16% volume of the earth. It is made up of heavy elements like basalt, granite, sodium, magnesium, sulfur, etc. But the main elements of mantle are silicon and magnesium. Therefore, it is called SiMa. Here Si stand for silica, while Ma stand for magnesium. So these are the main elements you can get in mantle. Okay. Lastly, we are going to read about core, which is the innermost layer of the earth, and its extent from 2900 km to about 6400 km below the crust. The density of core varies from 9.9 to 13 gram per kilometer cube. It consists of about 83% of the volume of the earth and its radius is about 3500 kilometer. All of these are information that you need to know and keep in your mind. Okay. It is mainly made up of nickel and iron, therefore, it is also known as NiAF. Here, Ni stands for nickel and Fe stands for ferrous. So, nickel and the iron are the main elements that we get in core. So, in crust, we get silicon, aluminium, and arsenic crust, we get silicon and magnesium. Same in mantle, we mostly get silicon and magnesium, and core main elements are nickel and iron. Okay, Fe stands for iron. So this layer has a very high temperature and pressure. So temperature is too high in core and its pressure is obviously high as the temperature is high. Okay. Now we are going to read about the usefulness of this different layer. How these different layers are important to us. Okay. So we all live on the earth crust. We can't imagine our homeland without it. It is the home of various continents, islands, forests, animals, etc. So we live on crust, right? We can't live on mantle or core. The temperature is very high. So crust is is like a home for us. It is home for continents, ocean, and everything whatever we see surrounding us. Okay, so this is the most important role of our crust. Okay. They produce seismic waves that are helpful in the study of the earth interior. So seismic waves are also give us information about earthquake, and this also let us know about the interior of the earth, and these seismic waves are produced in the earth's interior. Okay. Earth's interior is also considered as magma generated zone. When the magma comes out on the surface and cools down, it provides a huge variety of rocks like igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks. So all kinds of rocks we are getting only because of these molten magmas, which are there inside the earth, which are the hot liquid fire. And this when it comes out in the through volcanic eruption, and when it cools down, we get three different kinds of rocks which are useful in different purpose or different works. Okay, and these three types of rocks are igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks. So these kinds of rocks and minerals we get from interior of the earth, which are useful in our day-to-day life. Okay. In addition, Earth's interior is rich in variety of minerals. Again, as I have already told you, we get so many kinds of minerals from the Earth's interior. Okay. Rocks and minerals. Minerals of the crust. So we get various rocks and minerals from the Earth's interior. Earth crust or lithosphere is made up of various kinds of rocks, and rocks are made up of minerals. So our lithosphere is full of sands and rocks, and these rocks are made up of minerals, and sands are the rocks which are broken into small parts. If you observe your surroundings carefully, you will find a number of things that are made up of rocks and minerals. So our homes, and our school buildings is also made up of different kind of minerals and rocks, right? So rocks consist of several minerals, while the minerals are made up of some basic substances called the elements. So rocks are made up of minerals, and minerals are made up of different kinds of elements. Okay. To understand this formation, let us take an example. Think of a chocolate cookie. It is made up of chocolate, butter, sugar. Now imagine a chocolate cookie as the rock. Its ingredients as minerals. Therefore, we need various minerals to form a rock. So it's like one example is provided in your book. So it's like chocolate cookie. To make a chocolate cookie, we need butter, chocolate, sugar, etc. Same way, to make a rock, we need different kinds of minerals. Okay, every rock is made up of different minerals. There is no particular formula for a particular kind of rock. Okay, so this much about the Earth's interior. For up to this we are going to read today, and about rocks we are going to read in our next class. So thank you, and please watch this video till the end, because now I am going to add some animation for your better understanding of the 3 layers of the earth. Okay, so thank you, students.
The surface of the earth is covered by rocks and water bodies. But what about the inside of the earth? If we were to take a look at the earth's interior, we would see that the earth consists of 4 layers. They are the crust, the mantle, the outer core, and the inner core. The crust is the outermost layer of the earth. It consists of various landforms like mountains, plateaus, volcanoes, etc. The crust also consists of numerous rock plates. The shifting of these plates resulted in the formation of continents. In reality, the crust of the earth is a very thin layer. It is only 50 kilometers deep. The crust floats on top of the outer layers of the earth. The oceanic crust is thinner than the continental crust. The mantle forms the main mass of the earth. It is the layer just under the crust. It extends from Moho's discontinuity to a depth of about 2,900 kilometers. The mantle is a partly molten layer and can have temperatures reaching to 4,000 degrees Celsius. The upper layer of the mantle is called the asthenosphere. The hot magma from the asthenosphere travels to the surface of the earth and escapes as lava from volcanoes. In addition to the asthenosphere, there is a layer known as lithosphere. The crust and the uppermost layer of the mantle together form the lithosphere. While the asthenosphere has a depth of 400 kilometers, the lithosphere extends from 10 to 200 kilometers. The next layer of the earth is the outer core. This layer is exceedingly hot. It has a temperature of about 5,000 degrees Celsius. The outer core consists mainly of liquid iron. It has a depth of 2,200 kilometers. The core mantle boundary is located at 2,900 kilometers below the surface of the earth. We now come to the innermost layer of the earth, the inner core. The inner core has a temperature of around 6,000 degrees Celsius. This is nearly the temperature of the sun's surface. The inner core has a depth of 1,250 kilometers. Unlike the outer core, the inner core is in solid state. The intense pressure of the layers of the earth ensures that the inner core remains solid in nature. Deep within the core of the earth, there are radioactive elements such as uranium. These elements give off heat when they decay. This slows down the rate at which the Earth is cooling. But the core also has a very important function. It is responsible for the magnetic field of the Earth. The magnetic field is generated in the inner core, and the convections within the outer core result in the creation of magnetic fields. This magnetic field is what protects us from solar winds and high energy particles of the sun. The 4 layers of the Earth all have special functions. Now you know what the Earth looks like on both the inside and the outside.